She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
My house is meant to basically like have sound travel. So if I have that door open and I stream, my voice booms and echoes through the house, and my wife hears it. Okay? She doesn't want to hear my voice booming and echoing as I do commentary on video games or on podcasting. All right? So I need to have the door closed when I stream. But I have the door closed, that means that Jasper would be stuck in here, and then he gets antsy and he does what he just did. So that's why he's not in here all the time. I have absolutely no problem with Jasper being in here. Like, I like having him in here, but in general, he's usually in here when my wife is at work. That way, I can have the door open and it doesn't bother him, you see? So he's usually in here like 2-3 times a week when my wife is at work. And a lot of the times you don't see him because he's actually been very afraid since we did the studio change back in December, January. And he hasn't really been feeling comfortable. But this week he did. If you remember, twice last week, he jumped up on my lap and he was on camera for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, that's cool that he's getting more accustomed to the set. It's not really freaking him out as much, you know? So you'll probably start seeing more of him now as he gets more comfortable. And again, if he would be okay with the door being closed, I'd like to have him in here all the time. I guess we'll see. Okay. How was my day off? Asked King Michael. It was all right. It certainly wasn't the best day off, but it wasn't the worst. We were in the big thaw, meaning all the slush that we got on Friday was all melting, so it was insanely soaking wet outside yesterday. Big mess. You know, I had to drive around and do errands, and, you know, the roads were kind of yucky, but it was melting at a rapid pace because it warmed up a lot. You know, in general, just a relaxing day with my wife. We watched a lot of interesting videos from people who do those kind of like walking tour vlogs of places. And we've been trying to look like internationally. So we see this guy that he does like walking tours of like zoos and theme parks and things like that over in Asia, you know, places we'll never go. So we've watched a few of those videos and that was kind of relaxing. We watched one of a zoo and Jasper got all excited because you hear all these birds and everything. So he's all alerted. He's watching it with us. He's like, ooh, creatures on the screen, you know? So that was fun. And, what do we have for dinner? Indian food. We ordered some Indian food. We got a chicken curry. We got a lamb biryani rice. And we got some tandoori chicken, which is the chicken that they make inside that clay pot oven. And it has this unique spices and flavorings on it. It's just absolutely delicious. So it was a pretty good day, relaxing day, good food, good times, just relaxing vibes, and a good recharge to come back for a fun week today. Have I considered moving to a better house for streaming? I don't know what you mean, Munch. A better house for streaming. What, do you really think that there's a house that has a studio in it or something? Like what would be better for me for my stream? Okay, let's be realistic here. Okay, maybe if I could have fiber internet, which isn't available anywhere out here unless I lived in like downtown Seattle near the university. They have it there. It's not widely available out here yet. It will be soon, from what I understand. All these companies are improving their infrastructure. I'm actually going to talk with Comcast this year. It's time for me to renegotiate my contracts. I'm going to see what they have available. From what I understand, they do have some better speeds and packages. So we'll see. But yeah, for my own purposes, my internet's fine. Don't really foresee myself needing better internet or anything like that. In reality, I would say either a house that has central air so that I can actually regulate the temperature in my studio on days when it would be super warm here, right? Or a room that's slightly bigger with better filming angles. To be honest with you, this room does have better filming angles. The wall over there is better, okay? If I were to rotate my entire set around to that back wall over there, and I had all my soundproofing over there and all my lighting, it would look better over there. I know it would. It's a bigger wall. I'd have more space for the desk. I'd be able to move in and out more easily. I could have the cameras actually further back, probably. Yeah, it would be better if I had it angled that way. And honestly, now that I have this different setup where now I'm playing on monitors instead of TVs and everything, it's doable. I would have to rearrange the entire room. It would take a lot of work, but I could do it, okay? So I would just say a slightly bigger room would be cool and having central air. But is that worth moving? No. It's not worth moving from house to house, especially in a market like it is right now. You know how insane it is right now. The pricing on homes and everything is wild. So, no, I'm not looking to move to have a better filming setup. I'm good right now. And to be honest, within the next month, I will likely be putting in my air conditioner. I just have to because it's gonna start to have warmer temperatures, sun all the time. It's gonna be too hot in here. I'm gonna need to be able to cool down daily. So. Have I caught up on the new season of Netflix One Piece yet? Do I have thoughts? I've watched some of it. It's great. It's just as good as season 1. It's very fast moving. Like they're doing entire story arcs in like one episode. Okay. Why won't I ever go to Asia? That's not that I won't ever go to Asia. It's just unlikely. Like if I were to go on a vacation, I'm probably going to go somewhere in the United States where it's cheaper and easier to get there, as opposed to flying across the entire planet, where it'd be way more expensive, way more time consuming, way more of a hassle, you know? Just saying. Like, it's not that I'm against going to Asia, but it's more feasible to do stuff more local, or at least within the contiguous United States. You know what I mean? Dapian says he meant a house that sound doesn't travel in so you don't need the door closed. To be honest, that wouldn't be a good house for streaming. Like, think about it this way. You're in a room. This is your streaming studio, right? You need it to be a room that's spacious because you want to have room to be able to maneuver your set, get around, have a bunch of equipment. Especially with me, one of my major problems is I have 2 PCs, 2 monitors, 2 lights, 2 cameras, 2 keyboards, 2 mice, the rolling bridgecast, the microphone, that I could keep going. And all of that generates a ton of heat. It makes the air kind of dry and stagnant. It makes it, how can I say? You just know, like if you go into a computer room in school, in a college, right? It's got that weird vibe in the air. That's just what happens when you have a lot of electronics in a confined area, right? So you need to have space for that. You know, like you're not supposed to have that in a closet. You need to have that in like an aerated area. So the bigger the room, the better. But the bigger the room you have, the more echo you create. You know what I'm saying? So, and let's be honest, a residential house is not built for soundproofing. It's just not. It's meant for, people to live in normally, a bedroom or whatever. When they built these homes, they're not thinking about, how do we make it so that sound doesn't travel? So